And welcome to another episode of Analyzing Horror with Lauren and Joel. I am Joel, the digital guru here in Myrtle Beach, and 1,079 miles to my west is the lovely and talented puppet Lauren. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
What's today?
Today is to remember the 5th of November.
Gunpowder, treason, and plot.
Mhm.
I see no reason why gunpowder treason should never be forgot.
Mhm.
Oh, now we had this planned a couple weeks ago, I think, when we were doing when things were going to go on, what we're going to be doing at certain times, and it's like November 5th is a Wednesday. We're going to be doing our podcast. We have to do what movie? V for Vendetta.
Well, of course.
Of
Exactly. V for
course.
Vendetta. And I think if I may, I'll take credit for this because I was just like, oh, it's actually November 5th. I watch this every single year because of this. And I love Bonfire Night for you
Yes.
UK listeners or viewers. And I love the historical story behind it all, but this story as well is very, very good. The movie is very intricate and I actually don't know the full runtime. I feel like it's a longer one than
It is.
I
It's a longer one.
expected
It's
to be,
over
but
two plus.
yeah, so it's like a limited series almost, but it's
Very
very
good.
well
Yeah.
done and well performed and yeah, and obviously it's fictional in terms of like in relation to the historical bit, but I like that it pairs itself very well to like that. And at least for me, it got me wanting to learn up on the actual like history of Bonfire Night. And this is
Yep.
back when I was like a teen when I first watched it. But yeah, and I celebrate it every year and I watch it every year and all that kinds of stuff. So
Yeah. I
have
just
to make like a little British meal with it and everything too.
Oh, so are you going to have a draft of Guinness tonight with it?
Yes, I actually do have Guinness in my fridge, and I have a steak and Guinness pie in the freezer that I have been thawing.
Gotcha. The runtime is 133 hour, I mean 133 minutes, so it's 2 hours and 13 minutes. So it's just a little over two.
Oh. Okay, that makes more sense because I was about to say, I thought you said one and a half,
No,
actually.
233 minutes, which is 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Got it. That makes perfect sense because it's just like it just, and this isn't a negative towards the movie, but it just keeps going, and I'm just like, what else is gonna happen?
Exactly. What else is going to happen? Now, the first time you saw that, did you know about Bonfire Night, or is it that you knew Bonfire Night, so you watched the movie, or you watched the movie and then learned about Bonfire Night? Which one was it?
Um, So I mean we've been doing this for a little bit, so you might know this about me already. But I have been infatuated with the UK ever since I was about 10 years old when I first started reading Harry Potter.
Hmm.
Uh, so I was aware of Bonfire Night, but I didn't like do like proper research. But then I watched this movie and I was like, okay, I really need to like do some actual research. So it was familiar with it, then watched the movie, and then it was like, oh, okay, like I actually need to like really learn. And like I read a whole book, and I know Wikipedia isn't reliable, but I did a Wikipedia.
Of course, everyone does.
Right. And so it's like, yeah. So I just tried to learn a little bit like what makes this so and then it made me kind of laugh where it's so the action is so blasphemous, but then like they still actively like celebrate it every year. And so it's like I don't really know what are we saying every time we do this, but
I know. Well, this is the 420th anniversary of
Hmm.
the gunpowder plot, so to speak.
Hmm.
November 5th, 1605. That's a long ass time away. That was during the plague was going on.
Oh, and yeah. And again, that's one of the reasons why I love the UK. It's like they hold on to things like that where like, the castle ruins and stuff where it's just like, oh, this was made in 1629. I was like, what? They hold on to stuff like that. And I mean, America in comparison is so new and we hold on to things as
Yes.
well. Just it's it's fascinating to me that things like that, where it's like that happened so long ago, but like someone in 2025 is celebrating like bonfire night tonight.
I know, and it was a time when they tried to blow up the House of Lords. I mean, it wasn't even, some kind of celebration. They caught him. They didn't happen. I had 30 some barrels of gunpowder, would have leveled the entire parliament.
Exactly. And that's part of why it's like, yay, celebrate. People almost died. Yay. But it's so it I can appreciate what V for Vendetta did by bringing this story because this is a graphic novel too, right?
Yes,
I
it
don't.
is. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I just think it's very interesting that they wanted to bring this kind of story to light in a fictional way in a way, but at the same time, it's like this actually almost happened. And this Mr. Sir with his mask, like he had plans, and it was very similar to what happened on the historical bonfire night. And I just think that that's very interesting as a story where of all the things to be like. I'm analyzing horror, so I feel like horror is a very big umbrella,
Yes.
but I also understand that not a lot of people would call this horror. It's like a crime, mystery, thriller, whodunit.
Fantasy, science fiction, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's all over the place. I put it under horror just because there's scary moments, but
Mhm.
it's all over the place. It's not just one genre. Anyway.
Now, V for Vendetta is set in the future.
Mhm.
It's almost a futuristic society of
Oh
something
yeah,
that happened 420 years ago, which gives it
like
an
this.
interesting um, plot
Yeah,
twist.
it's dystopian. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Taking something that happened 420 years ago, actually, at the time when it was released, it was 400th anniversary, and making it, like you said, it follows it, it's similar following, but it gives it a different twist. What do you think about that?
I really liked it. And again, I knew about Bonfire Night and like I didn't do deep in-depth research, excuse me, research, but so then I watched the movie and then I was just like, oh shit. And so then I went and like really looked into it. And of course I understand the time difference and stuff like that. So it had me try to I did a second watch right after I did like the research and stuff like that. Um, so my perspective is that I think it's really cool that they kind of like try to jumpstart it into something and not only just like, oh, it's in modern society, but it's like a dystopian, almost like, like Hunger Games kind of thing where it's like it's it is more modern, but like it goes down to like the government is like holding you down and all the kinds of stuff. And I still think back to that one scene early on in the movie when Natalie Portman is trying to, I think wasn't she visiting her father or
Uh-huh.
something like and and then like the guards and stuff like they were closing in on her and like not good things were gonna happen and that's when V for Vendetta shows up and all of that stuff and yeah, and I think that it's very well done. where it's like I keep saying, it's dystopian. It's more of the modern era, but it also keeps the um, understanding that there's something to fight against, you know? So I
Hmm.
thought that it was very well done in that way.
Now I know that a lot of people have thumbed their nose at it. In fact, one of the persons who was part of the producing set of it didn't want his name in the credits, didn't want to take any royalties because the antagonist was the hero against the government, and they thought that was too bold of a statement. Get a life.
Um, yes. And that's, do we want to get political? Because that's one, and I'm not trying to get crazy political, but that's one of the reasons why I love this movie. Because
Exactly. Well, you know what? This is our show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
the government should not be big enough where um, a party should be scared of the government.
Hmm.
If anything, so it's like in Bug's Life. You remember
Wow,
Bug's
you
Life?
went from V from Vendetta to Bug's Life. I love you.
Just, just walk with me here. So in Bug's Life, you remember that movie, right? Okay. So the the crickets and the ants.
Uh-huh.
The ants finally realize, hey, there's so much more of us than there are of them, and then they riot.
Hmm.
That's basically the essence. That's all I need to tell you about V for Vendetta.
Wow.
But they're just like, hey, actually, we've got more power than we realize instead of the government telling us and like putting its like boot on our neck. It's like, actually, we've got more power than we realize. And then, yeah, I don't, and I don't like that. Like, say what you want about, political views or whatever like that. Like, the government doesn't have any right to like tell you what to do. So, and outside of, if there's murder and stuff involved, like that's a different situation. But but yeah, I very much like that movie. Um, both Bug's Life and V for Vendetta.
Wow, I never put the two of them together, but now I see the correlation.
Yeah, yay.
Only you could do that. You're like, before you say no, walk with me on this. I'm building a bridge from V from Vendetta to Bug's Life. Let's
I'm
go.
doing I'm doing something. Just give me a second. Oh man.
And if you want to text, it's 843-855-3. Wait, I'm starting to give my own phone number out. I better not do that.
Oh,
843-418-3673. Text and say, you know what, y'all are crazy. That's not exactly how it goes.
well, hopefully we're not fucking crazy. Maybe just a little bit. Just a little.
Did I break your concentration?
You know what you did.
And but yeah, I mean, like I said, when I read that, I don't. I mean, it's a movie. It's theater. You're not trying to drinking problem too, huh?
What?
Just spill something.
No, it was a hair. It gets what? What were you saying?
Okay, where were we?
Tickles. Leave me alone. What are you saying?
Okay. It's not trying to influence the people. The movie, it's a movie. It's for entertainment purposes only. Like I said, and people sometimes get a little too they see too much into it that's not there. The movie is a great movie. And it does tell an interesting historical version of the gunpowder plot in 2005 or 1605.
Yeah, and like you brought up, it's more like in the like more modern, like dystopian kind of era, but it still tells the story. And I personally like that like politically, I like that it challenges like government control. But then also at the same time, you can see that like there are error in his ways and everything that he put Natalie Portman's character through, you know? So like there are flaws, but then you also can see like where he's coming from. Like so while it is still flawed, like you see what the meaning behind it is and why he's doing it. Whereas the government, I feel like, and you know, is the government ever really complete little sunflower daisy roses? No, I don't think so. But
The following views have
um
been brought to you are do not necessarily reflect those of BFTB Radio. No,
we can
I'm feeling
we
the
can
same
all
way with
agree
you.
that yeah. I mean, I feel like even like, socialist, libertarian, Republican, like all around the board, like the government has failed you at one point or another.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's why I think
they
that
have.
that this movie is reflective of the actual historical thing that happened, but I feel like it resonates with a lot of people for multiple different reasons.
Now, in the real gunpowder plot, it failed. It never
Mhm.
got off the ground. They caught him on the day before. A letter was sent the day before, and nothing was ever done. They tried to flee. They caught them all. The ones who were not shot and killed were hung, drawn, and quartered. Like hanging's not enough. You're going to hang them, and then they're going to draw and quarter them. I mean, back in the 1600s, they went all out to make sure you were completely dead.
Oh yeah. Which again is why why I keep saying like I find it fascinating that like that's still a holiday because it's like it didn't happen and also they gunned them all down basically.
Exactly.
But we're still celebrating it. I just think that's so interesting.
It is. Let me ask you a question. This has kind of to do with Beef or Vendetta, but other movies where the antagonist is also the hero. What do you think about that? And there's some other movies out there. I can't think of you off the top of my head. I know you're going to drop off like four or five right off the top of your head. So
I wish you had asked me. I would have made a list. There are
I
plenty.
just thought of that question,
Well, that's a really good question.
and I'll get back to you next week, right?
Right. I could start off with TV shows. And my thoughts are I think that I'm for like what
It's always it's always a vigilante kind of thing where that's the antagonist is the hero. Like, um,
or
what was the one with Charles
even not
Bronson? I can't think of it, where he was a vigilante. They killed his wife and his daughter, so he went out and killed everybody, all the gang members who are out there. Um,
yeah, or like John Wick is another one. It's like you kill my dog, I'm gonna kill every single one of you. Like
oh yeah, well, definitely will.
um
Definitely, that's going to happen.
right? Like, you don't fuck
Exactly.
with my babies. Um but I was gonna say like TV shows, my immediate ones when you brought that question up is Dexter
I
and
was thinking that too.
Breaking Bad,
What do you think of that?
right?
Where
Like
the antagonist is? What's your thoughts? Was that a
bastard
bug?
gnat, sorry. It was a bastard gnat. Yes. I don't see its carcass. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, like Dexter and like Walter White, like they're doing things that aren't good, but then at the same time, it's like they're almost in trouble or they almost get caught, and you're like, oh no, oh no. And I'm like, wait, they're murdering people. I like what's happening to me? But yeah, so I think it's very interesting. Like, and uh, I'll admit, I've watched TV shows and movies where it's just like, oh no, oh no. And it's like, wait, they're murdering 15 people today. And it's like, shit. So it's sometimes hard to like grapple with. Um, but yeah, so I'm definitely not like in a, oh, this is wrong. Like my mom always was like that, where it's like, there's so much evil in the world already. You're gonna like watch more evil. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Or like, yeah, or like true crime and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. It goes along with that a little bit, kind of like the V for Vendetta, where it's like based off of like actual events and what. your question brought up, it's kind of like makes you kind of wonder, like true crime or like a horror movie or TV show or what have you, like a watcher, like does that not in a certain way kind of get you to, for lack of a better term, like prepare for a possibility or something like that. And
Yeah,
so, and then it's the same thing with like learning about like historical events and stuff like that, where it makes you realize that, people tried to riot and what am I trying to say? Like take over or just kind of try to dismantle or something like that. And I just think that I find it profound and it goes along with what I was saying about the true crime and like horror movies and stuff where like you can learn from it in that way. And I feel like I learned from V for Vendetta and in its own way as well. So
I like that. This made me think of another one, one of the original anti-establishment versus the government movies, book, whatever you want to call it. You ready for this? Robin Hood.
yeah, yeah, that's a good one actually. I can see the comparison.
I mean, I'm thinking about that going, well, he was the antagonist, but he was also a good guy. He was anti-establishment. He was going after Sherwood Forest's top dog. So
Oh yeah.
interesting.
That's actually a really good one. And I can see what you're saying about that. The steal from the rich and give to the poor kind of thing. And but yeah, no, I can totally see that. Where it's like he saw that like the government, like the kingdom was taking way more than needed. And so he would give it back to the people that were like literally starving. So that that makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Do you realize that we have taken V for Vendetta, Bug's Life, and Robin Hood and put them all into the same basket?
But that's the kind of stuff that I do though all the time, where it's like I'm having a conversation, either on a podcast or whatever, or just talking to a friend. And I'd be like, this movie, and it's like all the way over like animated, like they're talking about this crazy horror movie, and I'm like, that scene in Shrek, and they're just like, what? And I'm like, no, what? Like I did with you, I'm like, walk with me. Like, and it's like I explain it and they're like, oh, I actually totally know what you're saying. I'm like, see, I'm not crazy. I'm a little bit crazy, but not that much.
A little bit crazy?
Just a pinch.
Yes, you are. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Do you have anything left to talk about V for Vendetta? Anything other movies that you want to bring in? Just to
Um,
watch it, right?
yeah, definitely watch it. And again, the performances, Natalie Portman, this is outside of Black Swan. This is one of my favorite performances that she's ever done for me. But I thought it's very good. Again, I watch it every year on this day. And if you haven't learned the remember the 5th of November quote, you absolutely have to watch it. And
You
so,
definitely have to watch it. Well, we're going to wrap this one up. Another great podcast, Poppet. Another great podcast, LYP. And from that, this is Joel Wilson, and I will see you on the other side.
thanks for having me.